Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to your reading. I oh, I've been upgraded to a higher frequency. Okay, this morning. Okay, I'm very grateful for it. I do want to say before I start doing the actual read, there was a message right before I pressed record, which was that we are building brick by brick. We are building brick by brick. We are building brick by brick. Okay. I don't know. I hear the questions: where, when, who, what. Okay, but that was the overarching, was that we are building brick by brick. Okay, when we are trying to create the life in which we want to reside in, it takes every amount of our energy to build that reality. Okay, and so the work that you have done to come to this place of healing, wisdom, and understanding, right, and integration, right, it's for a particular reason. Okay, every choice that was made to either go left or right or go right down the middle, okay, it comes to the point in which you are now building the reality in which you want to see. Okay, and yes, there's hills and then there's valleys, and there's hills and valleys. Shout out to Blue Bantan. Okay, over hills and valleys too. Okay, so without any further ado, we're going to begin the reading. I'm going to be using Divinations, the Energy Readers Oracle deck, as the overarching to get the overall gist, and then we're going to go back in with some tarot, which are showing me the African American tarot that's been getting a lot of play recently, okay, in my world. Okay, anything else? No, let's get into the reading. Thank you. Thank you, God, creator of all things, known and unknown. Please guide my best to deliver this message on the highest positive frequency for divine alignment for all those involved. Divine wisdom, power, and glory. I honor all those who have come before me. If you guys are watching this reading right now, there's a particular message in here for you. I invite you to channel. I invite you to be present with the message, and to allow your higher self to speak. Be divinely protected and respected from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. Yes, welcoming any messages for the viewer. If you guys like a personal reading, hit me up on Instagram. Yes, I see it. I see it. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. I understand. Thank you. I saw it, but I'm not going to take it until it comes out on its own. Oof. Oh, I saw it. You see, okay. That one frequency change. Okay. Yeah. So someone watching right now is dealing with energies from the past, trying to come up in their energy. All right. Higher self is saying the answer is no, plain and simple. If you guys are getting texts from the past right now, it's because you're about to leave a paradigm. When you're about to make a huge shift, that's when the old energies try to hold on to you. That's when they're like trying to entice you. You'll see all of a sudden they're trying to bribe you with certain things, or they'll be like, trying to get your imagination lost in what's not tangible right now in the present. Okay? Higher self is asking for you to learn from your experiences. You don't have to keep going around this loop. Okay? And also from the reading last night, whoever I'm reading for right now, they're talking about the anxiousness. They're asking you to have some rest and relaxation. No, stillness is better than moving out of anxiety. Doing breath work. I'm going to read you the card. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Can you smell the cherry blossoms? Take some time today to relax your body and mind. Take full advantage of all your senses. What can you smell, feel, taste, hear, and see? Acknowledge these things without judgment. These are ways that actually make you present, by the way. If you can gather up your senses, paying attention to something that you see, paying attention to something that you hear, right? Something that you taste. If you taste something in your mouth and there isn't anything there, go brush your teeth, okay? Or drink some water. Okay, what is your body feeling like? These are ways to get you back in your sense, your right sense of mind, and also in your present moment. Okay, this way the energies of the past that's trying to hold you to a particular paradigm, hold you to a particular reality, they can't vibrate to the frequency of your present moment, because you're now moving forward to go to a different paradigm, a different experience of life. Okay? This is why presence. And also, don't forget your power to just say no. All right? Some people might come loud, they might come strong, they might come with anger, aggression, right? Because they can't move your will, right? They can't move your will. Some people will come with threats, like I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. They're challenging your spirit, right? To see how much in your body you are in, how much are you inhabiting yourself, to see them very clearly. Okay. Sometimes I end up just laughing because you can see like the attempts to truly, really try to get control over you, to bring you back to a reality in which they exist in it. All right. I'm going to tell you one thing straight up. Blessings do not beg. Okay. And it's not even just blessings, don't even have the need to want to challenge you in a way that is not empowering to you. Okay. So there's good challenges and then there's bad challenges. The one who challenge you out of a place of lacking, right? I wish you would. That kind of energy of like, trying to assert dominance, okay, through fear. All right. How you know people who are really riding for you or really trying to what's best for you, right? In whatever paradigm or reality that is, they're not very forceful. I'm just being real, right? And I know some manipulative energies will hear this and then they will try to implicate that patience or try to present that patience. I have to look up if that's a word, implicate. I think it is. But they will try to have the facade of patience. But once you actually let that timer run out on their ass, you're going to see their true colors. They switched over that the part where they were faking and, trying to seem as if they were a blessing, but they're actually a distraction in disguise. Okay. And what I just heard Spirit saying is that they have already shown you this and you just keep going back around this roller coaster. I think you're enjoying this ride. Okay. Because it's feeding some part of your shadow. However, it's time for maturity. It's time for you to pick, they're saying there's unexpected partnerships and alliances that's there waiting for you, but because you keep holding yourself into this paradigm, out of, I guess, shits and giggles, pardon my French, it's causing a delay and a distraction. Okay. And remember, your life force energy is just going. All right. So the challenge is to, again, learn from your experiences. Okay. And try to heal from whatever thing that you're causing lack, because they use that energy as a portal, as a way to come through and further distract you. Just say no. Just say no. Just say no, plain and simple. No is a whole complete sentence, right? I've heard people say this online. Okay, yes, no, period. There's nothing more, nothing left. Okay, and be in your body. Don't try to escape. Don't try to escape from your reality, because those moments of shifting from one state of being to another are very fragile. So if you're outsourcing yourself, if you are now not inside of your body, you're going to miss the nuances. Okay. And then something else can attach itself to you and then draw your tail into another paradigm that you don't really require to experience, because you already graduated from this class. Okay. Don't be left back. All right. Not saying if you want to go back, like I said, go ahead, do what you got to do. Just make sure you're incorporating your lessons. No one here is forcing you to do anything. All right. I'm speaking as your higher self, who some of us, we quiet down our higher self to the most minimum level. Okay. Because we want to partake in things for whatever reason. Okay. But graduation is upon us. Okay. And then you need to become the upperclassmen for those coming up behind. And so you must exhibit a deal of maturity. All right. This is when we're talking about leaving Babylon, leaving baby land, leaving the immature ways of thinking and being. Okay. Taking accountability and responsibility for oneself. Okay. And then moving forward. All right. So now they're talking to me about what feeds your shadow. Okay. So as we are getting older, I choose not to be petty. I choose not to be petty. I heard it. Okay. As we are getting older, the things that satisfy our souls, okay, what satisfies our shadow, what satisfies our light, it has to come with sophistication. Okay. We are no longer drinking lower shelf liquor. Lower shelf liquor. Okay. We want top shelf shadows. Okay. Because we are now communing with higher level beings, higher level consciousness that are holistic. Okay. And they operate in truth, whether in the light or in the shadow. Okay. We are sophisticated excellence. Okay. We write our curses in cursive. Right. So this is what I may have misquoted that lyric from Jay-Z, but this is what the energy is of maturing. Okay. Right. We handle disappointment differently. We handle all the things of life differently because those things never change. These are just factors of life. Okay. But when you're grounded in yourself, you know that everything's going to work out. Right. So you choose any decision that you're making. You always try to choose what's best for your best possible alignment, not only for yourself, but for the people that you love and that you care about. Okay. Because we are one. We are one in consciousness. Okay. So, I know when you go online, it's the online space is just a physical representation of what's in the collective consciousness. Okay. And so there's some things that would feed your shadow. It's like you go to another person and like, how are you enjoying this? Right. It just shows the difference of maturity. Right. And this is why also as somebody who's coming to speak to you, if you're going to be in leadership roles, you cannot take what everybody say so seriously because you know when Rick from Rick and Morty says that thing, he's just like, you can never praise me because you can never make me feel bad about myself because I've seen the things that you praise. Right? It's like that. We get sophisticated in our shadow. Okay, so it's lower level things that once I guess you see people, it brings joy to other people. You're like, how are you enjoying this? It is the price of the awakening. It's the price of maturing. It's the price of living. Okay, the longer you live, the more you can mature. Okay, we don't want to live fast and die young. Okay, it's a joy. All right, so we have oneness, yin and yang meet in the positive polarity. Okay, have you ever met we are balance? Okay, we are balanced. Okay, we're balanced in the light and the dark. Have you ever met someone whom reflects your light and dark elements perfectly? Being your authentic self has attracted your soulmate, a true member of your soul tribe. When you are balanced amongst balanced individuals, the universe is your playground. This is what we're talking about. We're graduating to a whole nother playing field. Okay, and it brings a lot of excitement. Okay, it brings a lot of empowerment, right? You get to meet new characters, ones who more resonate with your new vibration. um and it's very exciting. There's going to be new dangers, new things around the corner, like, well, how are you going to handle this? Like, like, so life is very exciting and it's very fun, right? The future is very exciting and it's very fun. And just remember that all of this stuff has already been done. Okay, you're in the energy of becoming. Okay, so don't get too crazy, don't get too anxious. Let that anxiousness bring forth excitement more so than anxiety. Let the energy be more of excitement more so than anxiety, right? Because it's like we are heading toward the future, but you are still present. Okay, but it let the idea of the future bring joy. Let that idea of the future excite yourself to be like, yes, I am excited, I am ready. It's kind of like when you go into a new school, like when you're leaving one grade to go into another grade, right? When you are after graduation, right, you have this party and then you're like, okay, now I'm in the 6th grade and now I get to do this and now I get to do that, right? It's like this energy. Okay. They keep telling me the answer is no, plain and simple. There's someone who is channeling right now. You're watching me right now and you're thinking, well, can this person come with me? Can I keep doing this thing and bring it on to no? The answer is no. 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 There's no procrastination on this level. Okay, we're responsible. We know what we have to do and we do it, and we don't do it out of alignment. We'd have to do it in alignment. We don't go down to hell for no fucking reason. Why? Now we could go in the underworld, right? I be going into the underworld all the time, and sometimes I have a really good time, and then sometimes I'm like, what is this nigga doing here? Why? Who invited him to the party? You know what I'm saying? Because the frequency and whoever this person has made contracts with, right, outside of my current reality, outside of my world, it ain't in alignment. And it's going to be difficult for you to stand next to me in the world that I'm in, right? So this is why it has to really be in resonance. Resonance is key, right? Because if not, you rolling with certain people. Whoa. When you start rolling with certain people, all your shadows start coming up, and it's not going to land on us. It's going to land on your ass. All right? Be accountable. You got to be in the frequency of accountability. That is a challenge. That's a challenge for graduation. Okay? But on the opposite side of that, right, on the positive polarity, when you really be meeting the people who balance your shit out, right? We don't operate in fear. We don't have that frequency of lack or malice. Yeah, we don't roll like that. We just have a different kind of energy signature, right? One of like purity, and like we learn from our experiences. We know that not everybody can be our friend. Not everybody can carry a certain spirit, right? Which means that we can't even be around you. You know, I'll tell you a quick story. One time I was at a party, because I really do like dancing. I really do like being outside and like the vibration of party. And I was just standing there, and I was just enjoying my life in this moment. I was like in a meditation at the party. It was so funny. And then this girl came up to me, and she was like, hey, you know, when I usually go to parties, I'm usually like the best dressed, you know, but I must say you're doing your thing. I guess you're doing your thing, or some stupid shit. Like, it was such a weird backhanded compliment that I remember just being like, why? Like, in my meditation, I was like, why is she speaking to me? Like, I don't mean to be rude, but the frequency mismatch was off, right? Because I don't have mean girl spirit, right? Now, my shadow, like I said, it feeds, right? It feeds off the truth. Like, if you say something, no one's saying it like, this girl look crazy, or this looks crazy, or this thing is crazy, right? And we may laugh, right? But it's not to the point of trying to put someone down, and not, much less not actually speaking to somebody, right? We're just not on the same frequency. We're not on the same vibe. So you even standing next to me, it's going to bring forth an insecurity within yourself, right? Because what my aura field is, that when people are approaching, they're operating on their best possible self. Okay? I don't have people around me in which I'm in competition with. If you look beautiful, and I would love to see it. At least see how I naturally smile when I see somebody's doing well. That's the resonance in the world I'm creating. All right? We don't have bad mind about people because they look good, or try to compare each other with each other. It's weird. It's weird. Okay? So that's the frequency, and that's what's going to be upheld here. Okay, so if you can't meet it, I set the resonance, you have to rise to it. If you're unable to rise to it, you're going to fall. It's just that simple, right? And we are grateful for the descent, so that you can build back up, so you can see what the lessons is, and you can actually evolve your consciousness. All right, we're leaving that bullshit behind us. We have graduated. All right, what you got, boo? Yes, I saw emotional intelligence. All right. This is the Temperance. Yes. Okay. So you're talking about balancing your passion and your wisdom. Okay. The knowledge that you've had from the past, you take that, hold on to it. Okay. I learned from my experiences. Okay. And then you incorporate that into anything that you're passionate about, right? It could be anything that you're creating, right? You're creator. So it could be your paintings. It could be your YouTube channel, right? You're using that wisdom from the past in order to transmute and to create, right? Not to keep you stuck in the past, not to use it as a tool to keep you linked to the past, but transmuting it in a way that it's actually like, yes, I've gained understanding and I've graduated from this experience. It's very plain and simple. Okay. Anything else? Temperance. I'll read you from the book just to make sure, because that's what they're asking me to do. Yes, wisdom is for the wise. Yes. Okay. And then they're also asking for the hangmans out here to change your perspective. They're asking for you to take advice from your higher self. They're showing me the stars in the sky. You're actually going to be a leader right now. You're carrying the torch. A lot of Aries energy. I saw it earlier. I just didn't take it. And so like they want me to say it. So I'm saying it. Yeah. So back to the other message I had the other night too. I was talking about how when you look up in the sky, if you guys are in a city landscape, right, you may have too much light pollution to see it. But when I looked up in the sky here, where I'm currently at, in the heart of the jungle, okay, The sky was so vast, and the how many stars my eye can see, it was so overwhelming. Okay, because I literally looked up, I was like, wow. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And I remember doing a reading prior to, I'm not sure if I shared it with you guys or not, but in the reading, right, because I was reading myself, it was basically said that each star in the sky is a soul that's looking down and guiding you, okay, and protecting you. And it was so many that I was like, oh my God, my pores started raising, right? My pores was raising. All right, my pores on my skin was raising. I've got goosebumps for some of you who need the translation. Right? So yeah, it was very amazing. I was like, wow, God is infinite and abundant. What worries do I have? I don't have none. Okay, so keep that smiling face. Okay. I know, and I have to say this as well because I do suffer from PTSD, and as much as you guys see my light right now, there are times where I go down, and it's, I just have to keep using the Spirit of God to keep rising me back up, because it comes without me really trying. Like, I could be eating right, I could be out in nature, I could do all this stuff, but then there's something in my subconsciousness from the time that I served that calls me to go back into this energy. Okay, and I'm just being truthful about that. Okay, but I have to really be very firm in my power and saying, no, depression's not going to take me. No, I'm going to keep moving forward. Yes, I'm going to continue to eat right. I'm going to continue to exercise. I'm going to continue doing the things that I need to do. Okay, I'm still going to do my breath work. Okay, and these things come up, right? But I don't want to be disappointed in myself. And I know that there's a light at the end of this tunnel. Okay, guys? Oh, hi. A hummingbird just, oh my God, so beautiful. Hi. Freedom, right? You're so beautiful. A green and red hummingbird is at the door. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it just left. Okay? We want to be free from depression. We want to be free from anything that's killing our life. It came back high. We want to be free from anything that is keeping us back. Okay? We learn from our experiences. We don't be stuck in any type of victimization. We understand that everything that was placed in our life was placed there for a reason. Okay? And we are balanced. We are balanced inwardly and we're balanced outwardly. Okay? We don't have bad mind or malice in order to try to actually inflict harm onto others. But some things are just that funny. Like if you see someone fall and you're like, you can't help but laugh. Like, look at this person fall. One, because we know they're going to be okay. Right? They will overcome this. All right? Some of us were born into families who are very mean. You ever have brothers who made fun of you, or like every little thing, they're just like, why are you trying to pick on me? It made us have tougher skin to actually face the life ahead. Okay, that's a positive outlook to look at it. Okay, we don't want to get stuck in any kind of victimization outlook. Okay, so yeah, so we have the observer, which is the hangman on this deck, which means just change your perspective, and then you're moving with your higher self. You're moving with the parts of you that's getting you out of any kind of misalignment. Okay, and you do so because you're then going to be carrying the torch to lead others. Okay, bravely. All right, so let me just read you from the book so this way everything can tie in together, and then I'm going to leave you guys with some angel messages. Let me just give me a second. All right, Boo. So we have temperance, medicine, and spirits. In the light, it's harmony of inner energies, serenity, creative inspiration, right? Remember, talking about passions, making sure that you take those experiences and bring forth some kind of inspiring thing. Proper measure and generosity, okay? Harmony, balance, passions, wisdom. Okay. And then we have the observer, which is the hangman in the traditional tarot. Wisdom, spiritual strength, inner depth, and mysticism. Self-sacrifice and dedication. All right. Now, when we talk about self-sacrificing here, we're talking about this energy of the ego identity, right? Any lower level thought forms, anything that's keeping you trapped in the past. Oh, I thank you guys. I love you too. So I heard someone say, I love you too. Okay. You want to allow the higher level energies to guide you, okay, on your day-to-day basis, right? So does that mean meditate? Yes. Does that mean turn off everything so you can hear what is it that I'm supposed to be doing? Just check in every periodically, right? Because life is to be present and to experience, but you must check in periodically for you to be like, all right, what's the best possible thing I could be doing right now with my time, energy, and attention to keep aligning me with my best possible self? Okay. Keep that in mind. And then we have the Knight of Wands, which I was talking about leadership, All right, leadership, taking the torch. Okay. Okay, so here it is. Where are you? Okay. Sugub, god of wizardry and metamorphosis. Quick thinking, quick acting person, energetic and willful. Ability to access inner potential and share ideals. Okay. Um, quick. Yeah. Yeah. Be present. You're not in a moment of delay. You have a lot of fire energy, right? Which you're able to balance with you being relaxed. Okay. Because when you have too much energy, when you have too much fire energy, and then you out here and you're like, oh, what to do with? What should I do with this energy? Right? It becomes a little chaotic. I got you, Puma. I just want to record this. I'm upload it and we're gonna be done. But when you have this energy, right? When you have this reflective light energy, but it could be overpowering if you don't know how to slow it down. Just take it one step at a time. Okay, we're not in any rush. We don't have any anxiety. We know what to do. We know what to do with this. We've been through many cycles of life. That's the maturity part, and we're able to execute accordingly. Okay, the universe is your playground. Remember that, guys. Okay, I said I was gonna leave you with the angel messages, and then we're done. Okay, we're at 25 minutes. All right, we're not really concerned with the time, but I do wanna go do something else that's calling upon me. But I'm gonna make a couple videos today because that was what I was told I was doing. And homework. Yes, gotta do homework. Got it. All right. Let's see. Any angel messages for those watching this read? Higher selves in the driver's seat, of course. Okay, someone's got their hair done. It looks really good. I'm talking to you. Yes. You're like, me? Yes, you. It looks really pretty. I think you're going to some kind of gathering, some kind of party or something. Yeah, guys, when you click on these videos or if they come up in your algorithm you're paying attention, you are giving access to a possibility for me to peer in. Okay, this is how everybody is actually, you know. So anyway, this is consciousness sharing. So we have Rosetta. You have a gift for working with young people, and your divine purpose involves helping, teaching, and parenting children. Those are the ones who are coming up behind. That's why you must graduate. Okay, we can't have the blind leading the blind. Okay, we have the higher selves leading the higher selves. Okay, because the higher selves have knowledge because they have perspective, right? As we talk about the Most High, right? Because they're the ones with the perspective to see everything in alignment. We're not just out here just being like we're all in it but can't see, right? Right? As certain people ascend and evolve, they come to offer a way forward. They carry the torch to help the ones who are in the darkness to see where we're moving to next. Okay? Exodus. All right? So find that wisdom and find that understanding. All right? Anything else from the Angels of Abundance? No, messages from our angels deck. Yeah, feed your shadow better things, guys. Your shadows are there because they're able to move in the darkness and convey the truth from it. And a lot of things come from, like, things that are passions comes from our shadow side. Okay, the parts that isn't like, I guess, what people in the light really want to portray or whatever, right? But those people who have like soul, like if you guys watch Sinners, right, that's one of the themes in Sinners, right? The fact that he was able to go into the darkness of the night where there was vampires and all these really creatures who did not mean them well and to wanted to drain them of their life force energy and to just so they wanted to be a part of them. Even with all of that, those creepy dark entities in the shadow, they what's his name? Was it Sammy? Sammy didn't regret his decision because it brought forth soul, right? It brought forth experience, right? This is why we're on a different level. Like I said, there's new dangers, there's new things that's going to be challenging to us, but we can make it through because we've already done it. Okay. Then we have Serena. I am the angel of abundance. You will receive the money that you need, and God is in charge of how that will happen. Have faith. Remember, I was saying we are abundant. Remember, all these eyes, all these stars looking upon you. Just because you can't see them, because maybe you're in a city landscape, you can't see them doesn't mean that they're not there. All right. In the darkness, in the shadows, there are many, many lights. We are reflections of those lights, and we see you. We're helping you. Hey, you. Come with us, my friend. We're getting you out of this paradigm. Okay, you're on your way to abundance. Let's go. You're already there. Okay, we just have to make your physical reality match the unseen part. Okay, now follow us. Let's go. In balance, of course. Okay, be your authentic self so we can see you even more clearly. All right. Anything else, guys? No, that's it. I love you. Bye.